Hello, this is Ephraim Tours, where we discuss history, culture, science, and religion while touring places of New England. I'm walking the trail to Mount Ephraim right now in Springfield, Vermont. I'm about halfway right now. Alright, I'm coming to a fork in the road. I'm gonna let's see, if I go left, I haven't gone that way before. I'm gonna go straight because I know it takes me to the top. This is actually private property owned by a man named Smith. I wonder if he's related to Nathan Smith or Joseph Smith. That'd be something interesting to look up. But he allows people to walk this land. There's, just for hiking. No vehicles or hunting, obviously. But we're getting close. All right, just up there is the top. All right. So this is more of a hill than a mountain at 1,400 feet. Once you get to the top, you can see mountains all around, like Okemo and Ascutney. All right, there's the top. All right, we made it. So, there we go. So last time we talked about evolution, and we talked about how man evolved. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about how religion has evolved over the centuries and since the beginning of civilization. And, man, our knowledge of God and of religion has been limited to the knowledge of the world around us. And as we have learned more about science and the world around us, our religion has evolved. For instance, back in the Middle Ages, or before the Middle Ages, people used to think that the world was flat, and their understanding of the sun and the stars, they thought that the sun and the stars revolved around this earth, this flat earth. And it was an earth-centered idea of how the world worked. But once science and Galileo, had discovered that really the earth revolves around the sun, and all the planets revolve around the sun, and the sun revolves around the Milky Way, realize that we are not the center of the universe. We are not the center of the galaxy even. So it changed the way religion viewed heaven and earth. Since Darwin discovered evolution and his theories of evolution, science and religion have separated and become further and further apart. Because once, how do you explain creation? How do you fit evolution and creation together? So there needs to be an evolution in religion, man's understanding of science and of God and of the world we live in. can barely see Mount Ephraim right there, and Okemo right there. So this is Mount Ephraim. It's named after, obviously, Ephraim, and the Mount Ephraim in the Holy Land. I'm at the Joseph Smith birthplace in Sharon, Vermont, about 30 miles from Hanover, New Hampshire. This is where Joseph Smith was born. In previous episodes, I talked about Nathan Smith, who was the founder of Dartmouth Medical College, and how Nathan Smith saved the life of Joseph Smith when Joseph was a young boy. Joseph later moved with his family to Palmyra, New York, where Joseph founded the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, which is better known as Mormons. The history of Mormons is controversial, but Mormonism is important in the evolution of religion. Joseph Smith was born in 1805. He founded the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in 1830. He was assassinated in 1844. Mormonism somewhat incorporates the scientific knowledge of the cosmos during the 1800s. But Joseph Smith was born 30 years too early because Darwin didn't publish his book on evolution until 1859. Charles Darwin's findings on evolution turned the scientific and religious communities upside down. Christian religions of today are still trying to grapple with the fallout. How do you fit the story of creation into the scientific fact of evolution? I addressed this quandary in a previous episode. But I want to mention here that Darwin's discovery of evolution and natural selection inadvertently revealed the root of the dark side of the nature of man, survival of the fittest. But the nature of God and the soul makes survival of the fittest irrelevant because the soul is eternal, which means our relationships can also be eternal. That was one of the principles revealed to Joseph Smith, that families can be together forever. All right, Jacob, where are we?
Up high.
Up high.
On a mountain.
Yeah, we're on Mount Ephraim.
Oh my goodness, I can see very far away. I see volcano.
Okemo. You see Okemo?
Yeah, and also
Yep.
Wait a minute.
That's
Dad?
Okemo Mountain. We're on the top of Mount Ephraim.
Hey Dad, I can see the trails on that Scotney that has those trails.
Yeah, those are the ski trails there on Okemo.
Yeah, but I can see them on my normal eyes. Is that crazy?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. There's the observation tower.
Dad, should we go up the tower?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, we're at the top of the observation tower, 3,144 feet. Mount Equinox, and Little Scutney that way. So also that way would be Mount Ephraim. So who was Ephraim? Ephraim was the son of Joseph of the Old Testament. Joseph had two sons, Ephraim and Manasseh. They were given an inheritance by their grandfather Jacob, or also known as Israel, and became part of the 12 tribes of Israel. Ephraim also received a blessing and a promise that his seed or inheritance would spread across the earth. The land Ephraim inherited covered a small area of mountains and hills north of Jerusalem and Judah. Around 600 BC, the descendants of Ephraim were conquered by the Assyrians and were taken captive into Syria. The descendants of Ephraim mixed with the Assyrians and the Gentiles. One day, the tree of life will reveal how all the branches of humanity are connected. Darwin's tree of life of evolution is the same tree of life found in the Bible, the same tree of life found in Hinduism and in Mayan. Religious communities and scientific communities need to learn to recognize the science of God. The science behind the commandment to love God and to love thy neighbor.